Let's talk about how to buy a house step by step. And this is going to have to be a series, but for each part, we'll do a deep dive into it so you get to know what you really need to know. So hopefully, I'll help you see red flags in advance and make an informed decision when buying a home. Hello, everyone. My name is Rico with Homes by Rico, where we talk all things real estate. And I have been a licensed real estate agent since 1998, and I think I know a thing or two about buying and selling a home, and I want to pass it on to you. So today, we'll talk about part one of this series, and I'll put the video titles of each part in the description below, so make sure to subscribe to follow along. And the good thing about making this into a series is that if you have any questions or comments that you'd like for me to address in detail, I can make that a part of the next video. Cool, right? So let's get started. Assuming you have already decided to buy a home, this is the step-by-step process of buying a home. And today's video is part one of this series, as I mentioned, and we'll go deep into this subject. Part one of this series is your mindset, and this is very, very important. And most people don't think about this, but having the right expectations going into this entire process will set you up not to get discouraged and disappointed so quickly. I've seen so many buyers start and so excited about looking at homes and then get so discouraged after just 1 or 2 weekends of looking at homes. After talking to them, they understand that they must be realistic and have better expectations. The following are the 6 mindsets that you need to have going to the process of buying a home so you set yourself up not to be disappointed and discouraged so quickly. Now, I'm sure there are others, and if there are, go ahead and put them in a comment below, and I promise I will address them in detail in the next video of this series. So having the right mindset is critical, but first ask yourself a few questions like, why am I buying a home? And if you're renting, when does my lease end and when do I need to be in the new home? How much time do I actually have to physically look at homes? Where do I want to buy? How many bedrooms can I live with or need? How much money do I have towards this purchase, or do I have a cosigner if needed? These are just some of the questions, and I'm sure there are others. And the following are the 6 mindsets that you need to have or be aware of going to the buying process. So mindset number 1. I get asked this enough times that I think I should mention it here. But you do not pay for my commission. Although, if you're feeling generous and you want to throw me a bone, I won't turn it down. But when you buy a home, you already have enough costs on your side. Unless you're having a 100% down payment loan, you need to come up with money for down payment. Plus, then you also need to come up with money for closing costs, which could be anywhere from 3 to 4% of the purchase price. Again, depending on the type of loan that you get. Now, you also need to come up with money for inspections and appraisals. Inspections and appraisals normally would run you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,100. So keep that in mind. So not only do you have to come up with closing costs, appraisals, and inspections, also down payment. That's a lot of money. To make this even, the seller has a cost too. And their cost is they pay for their agent's commission and they also pay for my commission. So in a sense, my commission essentially is free to you. So keep that in mind, but don't go around working with a bunch of different agents because you won't get the best service. Pick one and work with one good real estate agent and form a team. They'll do their best for you if you're loyal to them. Mindset number 2. Go ahead and make a list of your must-haves, but also be realistic. What do I mean? Well, if you have a long list in your must-haves, I think you're going to be very disappointed. I really wish you get all of the list in your must-haves, but from my experience, it doesn't happen very often. And there's a reason why Lowe's and Home Depot are in business and doing really, really well. What I recommend is to go ahead and have that list, but be open to maybe getting 3 out of the 5 on your list and then just personalize the rest. For example, ask yourself, if the property has the flooring and kitchen already updated but they forgot to do the walls, are you okay with that? It gives you a chance to give Home Depot and Lowe's more business, and you can paint the house yourself. So if it's mostly cosmetic and you're willing to do some sweat equity, I think you'll have more options. Number 1. And number 2, I think this is a big thing, you won't get so disappointed and discouraged. Knowing when your lease ends and when you need to be in a new home will help make your search process much more enjoyable and also keep it less stressful. Keep in mind that it takes 25 to 30 days for most real estate transactions to close. Add to that the time that you need to find a home that you love enough to make an offer on. But at the same time, also keep in mind that just because you found a home that you want to make an offer on and you love, doesn't mean you're going to get that home. We still have to make an offer on that home, and your offer still needs to be accepted. So what I recommend is that you give yourself at least a month, maybe 6 weeks, to find a home that you love to make an offer on. At the same time, once you do or are ready to make an offer, have a top 3. So if your first offer isn't accepted, you go on to the next one and so on. Hopefully one of the top 3, your offer will get accepted. If one of your offers is accepted, it's okay. It just gives you more time to work on the moving and not be so stressed. At the same time, go ahead and clean your rental so you get your deposit back. And if you're worried about making 2 payments, do not worry. Part of the money that you bring to the table to close the transaction includes payment for the rest of the month and all of the following month. What? Mind blown, right? Let me explain. For example, if you bought a home and you close in the middle of, say, February, your money that you need to bring to the table includes payment for the rest of February and all of March. So your first payment actually won't be until April 1st. April Fools! No, I'm kidding. There really is. Your first payment will be April Fools. It just so happened that I used this example just so I can say April Fools. Okay? So, cool, right? Mindset number 4. This home that you're buying most likely is just going to be a stepping stone to the house of your dreams and not the house of your dream. Your first home or your second or even third home may not be the house of your dreams, but this is the first step. Depending on the market, you could gain a lot of equity in your home, and then you can use that equity to buy a larger home and not have much of an increase in your monthly payments, because since you're putting a large down payment, you won't be financing as much. And you might have to repeat this process 1 or 2 more times to get the house of your dreams. Mindset number 5. Buy the house for the right reasons and don't stretch yourself out too far or too much where you're working just to pay for the house. What I'm saying is, don't be house rich and money poor. I've seen too many buyers live way beyond their means and buy too big of a house. And keep in mind, just because you qualify for so much on your pre-approval, it doesn't mean that you have to spend that much. Say you qualify for $1 million, but you don't feel comfortable making a payment for $1 million home. Let's just say you feel more comfortable making a payment on a home that's worth $450,000. So talk to your lender, ask your lender what your payment will be at $450,000, and then go out and search for homes around that price range. If you find something or you do not find something around a price range that you like, maybe go up to $500,000, and if nothing there, then go up to $550,000 and go from there. But make sure that you buy for the right reasons, and buy the home that you feel comfortable paying on a monthly basis. Mindset number 6 is having a great relationship with your real estate agent and forming a team. I'm saying this on behalf of most, if not all, of the real estate agents out there. But our job is to help you accomplish your dream of home ownership and find you the home that you love. The more we know about your plans, your timelines, your goals, the better we can help you. By knowing your situation, we can then structure the terms of the offer to make it as strong as possible and give us a better chance of getting your offer accepted. We can also negotiate on your behalf to make the transaction a win-win for both parties, where no one feels they're being taken advantage of. So these are the 6 main mindsets that I think you must have going into the buying process, so you don't get so discouraged and disappointed so quickly. And don't forget to comment below, and remember that if there's any comment or questions that I need to answer in detail, I will include it in the next video in this series. And again, this is a series, so make sure you click on that bell for notification of my next video, and make sure to subscribe. And if you don't mind, go ahead and click that like button. I'd really appreciate you be helping out this channel. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you around town.